No, I'm thinking Infamous. You know, if you go the dark side enough, you get some cool powers. I get like fire powers. I don't. I didn't. I was too afraid to play the dark mode in Infamous. I felt guilty. It's like, oh no,
There's also in Fallout 3.
I stole food.
Your penalty is death.
I stole this food for all these people. I can't play this. Oh no, I got to play the good route. Hey, it's the rebeltaxi pizza party, almost February podcast. It's actually January, but who are you people? I'm Pan Pizza.
I'm Def Pino. I talk about our people.
I'm Jake Neutron. I love Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
And I'm Starteas, or Evan.
Yeah.
Well, which one do you prefer, Starteas or Evan?
Evan is fine.
I can't remember that. Starteas is easy to remember.
Okay, Starteas, fine.
Yeah.
We'll do Starteas.
You can't remember Evan?
There's a lot of Evans in the world.
Wait, who's Evan? I just heard this name right now.
There's a lot of Evans, like Evan.
Evanescence?
Yeah, Evanescence. Yes.
Or like Evan Steven.
Evan Almighty. Evan.
Yeah, my favorite show, Evan Steven.
Evan. Yeah, it's my favorite Ben 10 villain.
With Starteas. You actually do stuff.
Yeah, what are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm an independent animator, I am an illustrator, and I'm an artist. I said illustrator and artist. That's basically the same thing. But that's
like
what I do. It's a subdivision. It's whatever. It's a subdivision. I also make fun little animatics in my free time, but I haven't done that in a while.
Speaking of illustration, you got a sick thing you're working on, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on my own independent animated pilot, Lumi in the Great Big Galaxy.
How big we talking?
Pretty big, like probably bigger than our universe.
Well, you answered all my questions. Jake, do you have any questions?
I can't comprehend that. Well, what's it about? I don't know what it's about.
Explain to the audience who's never heard of it. Or maybe they have, but if they do, they should stay silent for a bit. All right, go.
They better have heard of it, or else I'm going to come for them. Basically, Lumi in the Great Big Galaxy is a show about 6 aliens traveling the galaxy to get a lost star home.
Yeah, that sounds quite fun. I've actually seen some of the behind-the-scenes stuff because you've showed me some of it.
I supported that on Kickstarter.
And I designed you a character for it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And where can we check out updates for those?
You can check it out at latgb.com. Which sounds like a very butchered action. .com. I got a domain for it.
Oh,
LGTV.com?
Oh,
no.
LATGBG.
Oh, LGT. Wait, what? No, repeat that. I didn't get that.
If you're
We're
watching
messing
on
up the
YouTube,
acronym.
if you're watching on YouTube, I'm gonna put like the text on screen.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, good luck.
I'm listening to this right now. I can't see what I'm looking at.
Because people have...
BG.
Oh, I found it.
the acronym for Lumi.
Yeah. Luma and the Great Big Galaxy.
We've gotten so many jokes about we thought it was a reading of a really bad acronym for, LGBT, and I was like...
Look, if you have dyslexia, I'm sure it looks
Jake.
like that, because he does have the same amount of letters, sort of.
I mean, it sounds like that. I'm getting confused.
I feel so bad. I wish I could have... I wish I could have gone with an easier
I'm
domain
undiagnosed
name.
dyslexic. I don't know what's going on. Some words look like other words to me at first glance, but when I look at them, it's like, hey, this is not the word I was thinking of. It's wild.
But there's actually a lot of series coming out soon.
Like, for the longest time,
yeah.
Velma.
Velma.
Oh,
Velma.
Yeah, that's coming out later this month.
next month, right? I mean, not
This
next
month.
Fuck, I meant next week. Next week.
No, it's coming out on Thursday.
Oh, Thursday?
January 12th. By the time this episode releases, we unfortunately haven't seen it, so that'd be like for next week's episode.
Yeah. Maybe
But the show looks nice.
Yeah, maybe I'll pump out a side mission video real fast if they release all. I don't know if they'll release all the episodes at once or weekly.
It seems so, because I've seen some early reviews who've seen the entire season.
Why didn't I get any early copies of this show? I'm a reviewer.
You just weren't Velma enough.
What
You weren't Velma enough. I'm sorry. You weren't
HBO
Norville
Max
enough.
is Velma enough.
Please, HBO Max, can I have a review copy? Well, it's too late by the time anyone reads this, but yeah, damn.
Yeah.
The consenting opinion.
Consenting?
Consensus opinion. What's the C word I'm speaking of?
Consensus?
Consensus.
Conscious? Oh.
Consenting. The consenting opinion that everyone has spoken with is, quote, "The show looks nice. I hope the writing's fine."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Because-
it's a very meta from what I've seen, and I'm not really all that impressed. But we'll see when it comes out.
haven't seen anything aside from like Twitter posts about it. Like, this show looks good, and then it's like, why isn't Scooby Doo in it? I'm not watching it, and that's the extent of what I've seen.
I love
They
that.
might
Like,
do the thing.
the main thing that I've just grasped from like the marketing is it's giving main character question mark.
Wait, what?
Oh, is that part of the marketing?
Literally, one of the ads is like giving big main character energy or something.
I guess.
What?
Now it's Velma's
I mean,
time
I
to
guess.
shine.
Have y'all not seen that? It's one of the worst ones.
No, but I mean, Slay, I guess.
Yeah,
If that's kind of
Big
threshold for writing, I'm very excited how they write all the characters then.
yay.
Because you remember correctly, when we first found out about this, and they said Scooby-Doo's not in it, what was what we said, Pan, where it felt like her own show, and they kind of said, well, we're not going to make that, but if you want to do something to Scooby-Doo, or a different IP, we can do that. And they said, okay, fine. I guess we
found
just won't
it.
have Scooby-Doo. You found it?
There's a really, really rough image of it.
This is my story told my way. Get ready for some main character energy.
So now,
Eh.
the person who plays Velma, Minda Kaling, she's funny. I find her funny.
She is funny.
And so I just have to wait to see if she's written her own dialogue, like, because she's executive produced it and everything. So it's like,
Yeah.
how much
There's
is she a
some-
part of it?
There's another show that she was like behind that was really good on Netflix. I think it's
Parks and Rec?
Never Have I Ever.
Oh.
I think that's by her.
There's also what was it? Oh, she was also in Monster at Work.
Oh, was she?
Val Little. Yeah.
Oh shit, I haven't seen Monsters at Work.
She was also in the Mindy Project. That was pretty fun.
I don't watch
I
these
remember
live
that.
action shows.
117
not see
episodes.
it.
Creator, writer, producer.
Yay.
Regardless, she has created funny things, and so the thing I'm hoping for is that the show's at least it gives me enough jokes that I can push through watching the whole thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah. It better be, because otherwise I gotta binge this all in one night and then make a review on it.
Well, it's sort of like Inside Job, to where I have a lot of grievances with the first season, part one, but when part 2 released, I was like, oh, this is very good. Ah, the humor's the same though. It's still the
Yeah.
remember Pitbull,
Yeah.
remember Elon Musk, remember these people.
Yeah, I remember the guy who runs Amazon, whatever his name is, Jeff Bezos.
I mean, I don't know.
Beth
What, I,
Bezos or
don't,
whatever.
I don't know what else would be expected from a show that's premise is, what if the Illuminati is real?
It's more so a lot of the jokes have heavily relied too much on it.
Oh, yeah,
But-
like... Okay, well, I made a review on it, and when people said, well, you kind of have to have pop culture references, it's about, like, conspiracies, and I didn't explain my points properly, but essentially what I meant was, like, you know, when they're making fun of, like, let's say Tupac's clone, yeah, that fits into the theming, but when they're just, like, mentioning other random unrelated celebrity stuff that has nothing to do with pop culture stuff, I mean, nothing to do with conspiracies.
Or they're just pointing out characters like, oh, there's Lizzo. There she is right over there. And then they drew her talking for a second.
Yeah.
And it's like, which was the joke that you said her name? Was that it?
Yeah, it's...
I mean, they're
But-
usually two parts. They mention a celebrity, and then they say some kind of conspiracy theory related to them. I'm pretty sure Lizzo was there as part of like the new Illuminati or something. I forgot. I'd have to rewatch.
In terms of grievances that they fixed, or at the very least, obviously, because this is supposed to be one whole season, what I was talking with Pan about was when they had conspiracies, they weren't like near them or around the area. Like for part 1, they're either underground, they're on a boat,
Mm-hmm.
they're in a city completely away from everything that's happening, and it's like I don't really feel the interpersonal relevance of what they do. It's like they control everything. Can we see them in that?
Yeah,
We did.
What's going on in the outside world? We don't really see much of that in the first season, but you're telling me season 2 is better?
Yes.
Mhm.
Like they have a conspiracy they have to work on in Italy, the Vatican,
Mm-hmm.
and shit goes down, and they're still in the Vatican, so you can see the consequences of when they fuck up.
Man, they really destroyed Italy.
And it's like, ooh, consequences.
The stakes are up too, if I remember correctly from my watching of it.
Oh yeah.
And they go like a little bit more into interpersonal relationships, which I personally really like. It's fun to see characters bounce off one another because I didn't know if we got enough of that in season 1 or part 1. But that might just be me.
The thing I equate it to is Futurama.
Mm-hmm.
How we have all these beloved moments of these characters, but that's only because they took their time.
Right.
The first episode was just Fry, Bender, and Leela,
Mm-hmm.
and then expanded to the Professor. And then as the first season continued, more characters popped in to fill in the roles. They were already working at the place, but they didn't have their own story just yet. As for here,
Right.
they're kind of a group thing for part
Mhm.
1, but in part 2, they're separated, and they're having these little moments of them interacting and actually doing things, and it's like, oh, we should have had this instead.
Yeah, I could never really get into them like as a group because I didn't feel like I saw enough of their like dynamics, like and individual personalities to really like see that
But
how they'd work as a group.
you know why we'll never see that?
Why not? What happened? Did something happen? What happened? What the fuck happened?
Despite Netflix confirming an actual second season,
Yeah.
they said nope.
Yeah.
We lied.
Netflix, dude.
We're canceling it.
Yeah, Netflix just like says, "Hey, check this out, and let's just cancel everything we got. Like, why get attached to a show and they're just gonna cancel it later?" Yeah.
But I think this is of course you can refresh my memory.
Huh.
The first instance where they promised a full second season, and they just said no.
Wow.
Was this the first time?
Mm.
It feels like the first time.
Are they gonna like?
It might have been the first time.
Are they gonna like
Canceling that
backpedal and say like, yeah, actually, you just got a second season. That wasn't season 1B. That was season 2.
Which Sean Takuchi confirmed it, because originally this was January 8th, so like yesterday is this recording. It was leaked from it was like, I'm just gonna read from Cartoon Base. In now deleted tweet, a writer announced that Netflix had canceled Inside Job, and that spread like wildfire. So Shine herself, I'm guessing, had to confirm herself. Maybe that could have been it, or the public pressure. She made a post that's saying, "I'm sorry guys, it's true. I'm heartbroken to confirm that Netflix has decided to cancel season 2 of Inside Job. Over the years, these characters have become real people to me, and I'm devastated not to be able to watch them grow up." Reagan and Brett, which keep in mind, sometimes whenever Netflix would tweet about the show, they'd misspell Reagan.
Oh.
And it's like,
Oh.
it's a tiny thing, but it's like, all right. Reagan and Brett deserve to get their ending and finally find happiness, and I would have loved to have been able to share what was in store with you all. To everyone who watched, thank you for coming along the ride. Even though I'm sad, it helps to know that people out there have cared just as much about these characters as me.
Dude.
So, we've heard productions like this before.
Yeah.
Right.
Say, for example, China, Illinois, when they were finishing up their final season. During the production of the last episode, if I remember correctly, Adult Swim said, "Oh, your show's canceled. This is going to be the last episode."
Mm-hmm.
Pantheon season 2.
Yes. Did you watch that?
I have not seen Pantheon. I've just heard what happened, but I did have some friends who worked at AMCA and work on the industry who worked on Pantheon.
I've heard a lot of good things about Pantheon, but it's also on a streaming service.
Yeah, AMC
Plus.
Who has that?
And so the only way the standard public would have watched it was either purchasing this streaming service for one show or pirating it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because there are tiers, right? We got Netflix. Everyone knows what Netflix is, right? We got Disney Plus, Hulu, right? That's pretty good. HBO Max, right? Then we're getting into the. Does anyone I know have these? Paramount Plus.
I got that. I got
Like 5 people.
Butthead.
Do you have Peacock?
I used to.
I had Peacock for a day. I used it to watch 30 Rock, and that was it.
They got Peacock has
Apple TV Plus.
Wait,
I do have Apple TV Plus.
Shudder.
No.
What the hell is that?
Horror movies.
PBS has their own streaming service.
PBS? What the fuck you gonna watch on
PBS?
PBS Plus?
Caillou,
There's,
obviously.
I'm looking up others. Okay, we got Tubi, a classic.
No, we got.
BET Plus.
Oh yeah. How about Star?
Oh,
Discovery
shit.
Plus.
Remember Stargate had its own streaming service, like a streaming service all for Stargate fans.
What
Oh,
is
yeah.
Stargate?
It's a sci-fi show. Well, it was a movie. It was about people, and they have a big portal and it goes into other worlds. I guess, and they made like a whole
I think
franchise.
that's all the seasons, episodes, shows. It's like, what if it's different over there?
Yeah, they had a shitty cartoon that nobody watched, and I guess they thought, look, let's make a whole streaming service. And it's like, even Star Wars doesn't have its own streaming service. Why the fuck would anyone pay for a Stargate streaming service?
DC had its own streaming service for a bit, remember?
People in the chat, is anyone a Stargate fan? Does anyone say, you know what, man, I love me some Stargate lore. I need a whole damn streaming service of just Stargate.
I can't wait for the Rebeltaxi streaming service.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be so awesome.
So I searched up AMC Plus shows, not counting The Walking Dead, because that means clearly we have Mad Men. You've heard of that. Interview with a Vampire.
Heard of that.
Though the one tweet I saw about it was of two guys kissing, and the quote tweet was, "They call it an interview." Much of the show has not been about that.
Yeah. Wait, is the whole
what kind of interview is this?
Yeah, I can't fathom this show. Is it literally just a mockumentary, them talking to vampires?
No, I think it's just a guy reminiscing about stuff.
Oh, it's just his shitty ass life story.
Reminiscing about kissing vampires.
What the fuck does vampires do all day?
We have Gangs of London, Hells on Wheels.
Oi, governor, we're gonna I don't know, I can say the K word. We're gonna smash your legs with a what do they call those bats that they use for croquet bats?
Cricket bats.
Yeah.
Oh.
The thing I'm trying to get into is, I've heard so many great things about Pantheon. I don't believe all those people bought AMC Plus.
Yeah. Pantheon AMC.
Because I've watched shows on streaming services already paid for that I probably wouldn't have seen already, just because it's in the recommended, right? So if Pantheon was in Netflix or Hulu or HBO Max or anything, or like for example Peacock, Paramount Plus, which one? Paramount Plus?
Paramount.
You have?
I got that.
I just watched shit from his.
Yeah.
I know because I share my password for HBO Max with people. I don't do that at Netflix. If Netflix, if you're hearing this, I don't do that for you. But usually it's kind of I know a guy who has one, so I just kind of use theirs and they use mine. But no one I knew at AMC Plus.
Nah.
It's because the streaming market is just so saturated with all these streaming services that either like die in 1 year or just don't have enough content. And it's sad, really.
You know, it's also sad, Jake.
What?
I said Jake.
I'm here also.
You didn't see it. The Owl House for the Future, January 21 release.
Wait, Owl House of the Future? Like they're in the future of this universe?
It's episode 2 season 3.
For the future.
Yeah, they time traveled.
Oh yeah,
And you know how it's not January 21st?
Cyber Owl. Oh no, they leaked it. Oh no,
iTunes leaked it, actually.
God damn it.
Yeah.
They did a fucky wucky.
I think iTunes Canada leaked it. I still can't fathom. The only way I can fathom that is that somewhere down the line, whoever was in charge of doing the metadata and such for that must have forgot to hit private.
Oops.
Oopsie.
Released it.
You know what?
The fact that iTunes still being used.
Reminds me, like, I've had nightmares. I don't know. I had a weird recurring dream where I upload an unfinished video and I forgot to hit private or unlisted. It's like, no, this shitty unfinished video is public. Now everyone can see my unfinished work. No.
Oh,
just pan with,
that's actually happened.
Among Us before leaked.
Have you?
It's just pan with like really scratchy audio.
Yes. Have you all ever had like YouTube related dreams or nightmares?
Yes.
What?
Sort of.
One time I had a dream where I was at like YouTube Studios for some reason, and they had like told me that I was like, listen, we love having you here, because I was working there in my dream. I don't work at YouTube. I don't work anywhere. And they're like, listen, but we're gonna have to cut you off.
Oh man.
And I'm like, what do you mean cut me off? I've loved working here. It supports me, it supports my family. And they're like, yeah, but you know, we just can't do it anymore. And then Susan Wojcicki, or however you Wojcicki, I totally butchered that.
She's not here.
It's okay. I'm sorry, Susan.
She actually watches every single YouTube video. It's a lot of work on her own.
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's so fast. But my brain decided to jump scare me and then made her face like really scary before I could get into the meat of my dream, and I woke up in a cold sweat and I was like, what the fuck was that? And it did not help that like I was listening to like YouTube, and I guess I fell asleep listening to it. So I guess that's how their dream came to be.
So in terms of Pan's very specific dream,
Yeah.
that can happen.
What?
I've known some people who've been overtaken by crypto stuff on their channel.
Oh no.
And when YouTube reinstates their channel, every video becomes public.
Oh
no.
Every video, private ones, unlisted
Okay,
ones.
wait.
Even some
Something-
deleted ones.
What the fuck?
Okay, wait.
Even
Something like this
deleted
technically,
ones?
something like this did technically happen to me because when my channel got hacked, and they helped me get it back. For some reason, the people in charge were like, "Oh, we got your channel back, and we made every video that was over a certain amount of views public." And I'm like, "Why didn't you
Public?
ask me first?"
Yeah. What the
And it was
fuck?
like a mixture of videos that were like they were unlisted either because like the content in them wasn't relevant. They had people that I didn't want to continue to platform anymore, and a few of them were leaks, and I was like, no, why?
Oh no, Jake Neutron leak.
Nobody saw them though, so
Oh, that's good. My YouTube
I was
channel
lucky.
also got hacked.
You were saying Starteas?
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna make it look like a bloody accident. My YouTube channel also got hacked, but it wasn't by like crypto bros. It was actually by like I think like a Premiere After Effects plugin thing that hacked my channel. And they were like, "You should get this After Effects or Premiere Pro plugin for free." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Get out! Leave!"
No.
And that's more than likely what Dana Terrence felt when this Owl House episode leaked. So far in the future, right? Or for the future,
Yep.
I guess. At first, Jake and I saw like screenshot leaks and like fake leaks, and we're like, "Oh, the iTunes leak was just like a clip." Nope.
Oh man.
no, because like I was literally like I remember just looking everywhere like, is it real? Like trying to like search through Twitter to get any confirmation on did it actually leak or is it just screenshots? Because I was seeing the screenshots that I was seeing seemed to be mainly people just grabbing them from each other, and then it could have just come from like some really long clip. But I got confirmation when later in the day, scrolling through YouTube, the first 2 minutes showed up, and then a little bit later, full episode uploaded 3 times just in my feed.
Oh man.
Holy shit!
And I remember I called you around that time, and we said, "Disney's gonna take this down. It's gonna get leaked to us, or it's gonna get spoiled to us." We did not see it,
But you did hear it.
or did we? Regardless, all of the leaks got immediately taken down on YouTube. Clearly. And what we're saying to each other was, Dana should probably not address this. Just don't. Just please don't. Because that means more people watch it.
I remember thinking, it was like, I think like they might do better if they just like don't draw attention to it. Unfortunately, we are drawing attention to it, so.
Well, I didn't hear about this leak until I saw I followed the creator on Twitter and I was like, huh, there's a leak? Did not know. I don't know, that's how I first heard about it, so it's like
I mean, we got like how long till the episode drops after this podcast drops?
the only winning move is not to play.
So next Saturday.
Next week. Yeah, next week. Next Saturday.
So y'all
And
can
this
wait
dropped-
that long. It's worth it, I'm sure.
This dropped 2 So when the episode releases the 21st, it would have been 2 weeks ago when the leak happened, January 6th. Dan Terrence actually made a vent thread about what happened. I didn't see what it was.
Oh.
Did you see what it was?
I saw what it was. But she deleted it afterwards. I think she basically said something along the lines of like, "Man, when you can't trust your own company to not leak shit," or something along those lines.
I mean, she kind of.
And I was like,
spitting.
I feel so bad. No, she's right, because like, didn't the same happen with True Colors?
No, literally the same thing happened with True Colors, and I was sitting here thinking they can't get any worse than that. But like this leak is way phenomenally worse.
Right, and Matt and I follow each other on Twitter, so I'm just like, dude, this happening twice, it's like, ooh.
It's an
Ooh.
inside job.
Not inside job.
And I did see
But
about the fan reaction. Rowing, it's like, let's not watch it. But then if you actually click, obviously you can't because they're all gone. on like the actual hour-long episode, everyone's like, "I'm sorry, Dana, I have to watch this. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." It's like, don't comment. She'll see it. She'll report you to Disney specifically.
Yeah, just like
She literally said, "Don't at me to let me know you watched it.
give yourself
please."
40 lashes for that one, buddy.
I'm fully expecting everybody to find their own little way to watch it when it airs on Disney. I'll find a way. I'll probably just.
I've got my own little way.
I'll be in confession, just like saying I watched this leak early. I never kept up with this show. I don't know what's going on, but I watched it out just to sin. Yeah.
Just the sin? You just did that just the sin?
Sometimes you gotta like give yourself some like dark points. So, there's light and dark in games. So if you go with the
Like
dark
in
side.
Fable?
No, I'm thinking Infamous. If you go with the dark side enough, you get some cool powers. I get like fire powers. I don't. I was too afraid to play the dark mode in Infamous. I felt guilty. It's like, oh no,
There's also in Fallout 3.
I stole food.
Your penalty is death.
I stole this food for all these people. I can't play this. Oh no, I got to play the good route. But
Speaking of the opposite of leaks, not only did the Flintstones season 4 through 6 get taken off HBO Max,
God damn it.
I know Jake is very specifically dissatisfied about that.
Oh,
but
fuck.
They were in Pibby.
Hundreds of Looney Tunes films and HBO Max just got left. They just got removed.
Again?
No.
And more will be removed December 31st. They're just
What?
gone.
What the
What are they going through?
Like, wait, so like, are there no way to like get them, like no DVDs, anything like
I'm
that?
sure you can.
They're more than likely gonna license it out to other streaming services.
Oh, okay.
But it does come into question, like you said, are there Blu-rays, are there DVDs? Yes and no. For the older ones, yes. Anything probably post 2019, they're probably not selling the DVDs or Blu-rays anymore.
Oh.
So
I thought it would have been an Infinity Train / Final Space situation going on there, and I was really worried.
Nope. Seasons right now, seasons 16 through 31 and the original Looney Tunes shorts are gone. 1 through 15 are still available. Do you want to? Those are
So
good.
strange though.
Very specific. Although, every episode of the Looney Tunes, the HD ones, are we talking classic Looney Tunes, right?
Classic, yeah.
Yeah, they're on archive.org. HDS sometimes gets some of them for footage. Hell yeah.
I just wish that Warner Brothers wasn't like being eaten right now. It's a little hard
Bunch
on the
of
soul.
assholes.
It's just seeing so many people's hard work get like diminished like that. It just sucks a ton, and seeing it like in the new year, like in the start of the new year, it's just like even more disheartening.
Someone's gotta we gotta track down the executives, like family or something. It's the only way.
Good lord.
Send a message.
They did. What was it? I think it was. Didn't they recently say they don't want to tax write off anything anymore? I think they said that.
I hope not.
What? I hope so. Well, I mean, better stop now, I guess.
It's like how many we're gonna.
I mean, I don't think the tax write-off stuff would only be like a short-term solution. They need long-term solutions. That's probably why they're like trying to license them out.
But at the very least, for new shows they're coming out, one's on Hulu, so at least that can maybe get 2 seasons. Koala Man by Michael Cusack.
Yeah.
Koala
With
Man.
that, what's that about?
Well, man.
So it's about a guy in suburban Australia. He has new superpowers and he dresses up like koala.
Oh, so it's Persona.
It's a very the premise sells itself.
Basically,
Koala
so
Man.
it's just a guy doing his best.
Koala Man.
Just doing his best.
You know what?
Yeah,
you know what
we all
else was
are.
the best?
Yeah.
What?
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Oh,
That was so good.
You know what? I wanted to see it yesterday, but then we had a podcast scheduled. But then I was like, nah, I can't see it. Got no time. And then the podcast got delayed today. So it's like, great. I guess I won't see Puss in Boots today or yesterday. Dang.
We can
Oh,
save
I'm
that
sorry,
for
dude.
next podcast.
Yes. At least Hulu has all the...
You should have just teleported. Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
wait. Can I at least talk about the fact that the same day that I went to see it, it came out on digital?
What? Puss.
Where is it on
Yeah,
digital?
it's on digital right now.
It's on YouTube. Yeah, it's
watch
like
now
for
watch now on YouTube for $24. God damn it!
yeah, actually $25.
Fuck.
My
I was
friends
gonna say,
and I
I
were
was like-
trying to watch it yesterday.
Oh,
It's more
man.
expensive than that.
Oh,
But I mean, I feel like you're better off watching it in theaters because it looks good.
hell yeah.
It looks really good. Oh my god.
However we decide to watch it, we'll just claim we watched it on digital.
Nah.
Because everything's digital nowadays,
I support movie
Yeah.
theaters. Remember when we all thought that second Trolls movie was gonna kill theaters?
What?
Yeah, like
Actually, yeah.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like a little after COVID started, movie theaters were kind of dying, and
Oh
the
right.
the second Trolls movie was supposed to go to theaters, but they said, you know what? Fuck the theaters. We're sending this to digital distribution. Hell yeah. And everyone it made a lot of money.
Really well.
And everyone was like, yo, movie theaters are done. It's over, fam. Ain't nobody going back there.
Oh, I'd very much
That's-
prefer these to die.
No.
I feel like
Just very much so.
Why is that?
Well,
I feel like
Mm.
because
Jake's
of the
first.
Trolls thing, that's probably why they were
Look.
so willing to be like, yeah, we'll put Puss in Boots on digital like
Hey.
only 2 weeks into it being in theaters.
Look, if we let movie theaters die, then all those TV episodes where the characters go to the movie theater and wacky hijinks happen will be irrelevant. You know, the Rugrats did it, Big City Greens did it, Boondocks did it.
sure. But the only times I've really went out to go see a movie, it's nothing where it's like an independent film or anything. It's usually just big blockbusters.
Yeah.
It's usually like big theatrical events. And I'll still fight to this. New TVs and new sound systems have gotten to the point where the picture probably looks better on your TV
True.
or even your iPad.
Yeah, big screens are like big theater screens are just kind of slightly blurry, you know, which I feel helps disguise CG because people will say the CG looked terrible. It's like it looks fine. Like I saw X-Men
How close
Origins
are you-
Wolverine.
On most
How
theater
close are you
screens-
like sitting to the theater?
I sit in like the middle, you know. Yeah,
You sound like the middle?
yeah, the center of the stage.
Yeah, you figure you sound like a middle kind of guy.
Oh,
Here's the thing, right? Number one, if you're watching a standard movie, not IMAX,
Uh-huh.
that's a whole other conversation. It's a 2K digital image projection, and the images can only get as black as the thing is behind it and how bright the projector can picture it on.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're watching it on, say, a TV, that can have black levels that are actually black, and 4K, you can actually see the film in better quality at home than the actual movie theater itself.
But I like the
Oh, wow.
theater vibes, you know.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
most people are more in consideration of just like seeing a movie in theaters. Is definitely a different experience from watching it
Yeah.
at home. I mean, watching
Oh,
the
definitely.
Bob's Burgers film in theaters, way more fun experience than watching it at home.
I got more attention span in a theater. Like if I'm at home, I'm like I'm gonna check my phone. It's like I can't be doing that.
Yeah. Plus, I've got like 2 kids running around and screaming
Yeah,
all the
people
time. And I'm
throwing
like, I need to leave.
Diarrhea at the screen and stuff. and
No.
Just like
Diarrhea.
I don't know. People are just like had no rules. They're just yelling on the phone about their stockbroker or whatever they're doing.
My NFTs. No.
Yeah.
What if I want
Buy
to
low.
be yelled at, told not to pirate directly in my face? I
Oh,
go to the
man.
theater.
Hell yeah.
But there was a film I saw recently called White Noise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's based on a book that's apparently good. I'm glad to have watched it. It stars Adam Driver in like a postmodern thing. I don't know what I was getting into, kind of. I would have felt ripped off watching in theaters because it was a film, right? I'm very much clarifying. It's a film,
Uh-huh.
but it looks way better just watching it at home. Just way better. It's like, ugh, woof. You ever had that?
Oh
for
my
a film?
god.
Hmm.
Greta Gerwig?
Or I
Dude, I
Yeah,
have to
dude,
watch
yeah,
this
they're-
movie.
or
I fucking love that Greta Gerwig.
it just felt like TV quality or what?
It's more of the sense of when we think of the film experiences, right? That's, I would say, happenstance or circumstantial.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to a film in a theater, it's mainly just for IMAX, the experience I can't get at home.
Yeah.
But say if you're watching The Whale, which is a very good film, I've heard, would you go pay money to see that? Or would you rather watch it at home?
Oh, I'm not sure what I want. You know what? I can't
Because
think
The
of.
Whale's not cinematic in the
Yeah.
sense of a big blockbuster movie that requires a theater.
Mhm.
You get what I mean?
I mean, maybe you just want to have like the base of the whale shaking you in the seat.
For me, it depends.
Can y'all make any whale noises?
That was terrible.
But for films like Jackass, you have to see the
Ooh.
theaters. that's an experience film to laugh with other people.
Well, I mean, you can do that at home, like,
or Borat.
I watched Borat Home
My
Alone
wife.
during COVID, and it was kind of just depressing. It's like, damn, this is funny, but I don't have
You
anyone
see?
around.
I do agree that there's different experiences, right? But usually, it's better quality at home. The actual quality of the film, which is what I'm paying attention more to than the people around me.
Fair enough.
But you were saying, sir, yes. You were
What
saying
was I saying? Oh no.
Say Saturday ass.
Saturday out.
Saturday ass. You were giving them new ways to pronounce my username, and I don't like it. You're giving them ammo to fuel the fire.
Well, what we
but
think of... Go on.
when it comes to like watching movies, I like watching them in like maybe the first 2 weeks of like, you know, when they're in theaters. It gives a way different experience than seeing it like 4 weeks later or whatever and being like, oh, huh, when, you know, when the theater's empty. I like going in when like the theaters wouldn't be as empty, because it just gives like a kind of like homey experience. Like you're experiencing this thing with other people around you, and it's kind of like, hey, you guys are enjoying this thing together, you know,
I
a little fun little
definitely think
community.
the time frame between people talking about it and it getting to you has definitely shortened with social media. Because, like, say you can watch Iron Man, 2008, and it might be like a while till someone brings it up to you, or you see something else about it that's not from like a news article. But when you watch Endgame, or what's the newest one? What's the newest?
Eternals
not far
2.
from-
Secret Wars?
What?
Secret Wars?
I'll just say Quantum Mania, 'cause that's coming out soon. Quantum Mania, you have to see that within the first week, let alone the first day.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Because it'll be spoiled to you. You're fucked. You have to go see it.
I love how on Twitter right now the hashtag Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania is trending, and it's like, who the fuck's gonna type all that shit in the hashtag? It takes up like half the Twitter character limit.
Just put Ant-Man. You're not special.
Have you ever seen a Marvel film where it's still in theaters months after? Have you felt that experience?
No, never.
Actually, I
Very little fanfare.
I watched Spider-Man like near Homecoming, near the end of its run in theaters. Like, yeah, this was really good. There's hardly anyone in theater, but yeah.
That's the best kind to watch.
Actually, not a Marvel movie, but I think it was Spider-Verse that I saw like near the tail end of it leaving theaters. And I was like, oh my god, I need this movie injected into my veins.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But in terms of the fun reaction that people were jumping, I think Far From Home, No Way Home, a guy did a flip.
What?
No one's flipping on like a Saturday 4 months afterwards going like, whoa, Spider-Man! And it's like 5 people in the theater. No one's doing that.
Even then, you're the only person in the theater, and
Hey.
the only person who gets to see you do a flip is the camera guy
Hey,
who's working the
Spidey,
thing.
you the man. Which reminds me, like I've told this story on the podcast before, but I'm telling it again. It was like I went to see the Ghostbusters, the female Ghostbusters remake, and it was like, I don't know, a month or two after, and it's near the end, but there were still some people in the theater, and there was just that one guy that was there saying, yeah, woo, it's that guy, yo, oh, it's Spielberg, yeah, and like at the very fucking end credits, at the after credits, he saw the after credits, was like, oh man, just 3 years, and we get the sequel, and it was like,
You
again,
pay a hype man to stay in every theater.
I hope I get to grow up and be that
I
guy.
don't know what that guy was on, but it was just like, it was. I watched this movie on the same day it was announced. Yeah, this movie's not getting a sequel, and I was like, do I tell him? Do I tell him it ain't happening?
It's just that SpongeBob reaction meme.
What's
Let's
that
kill
guy?
him.
He was so excited. Like, who was that man? What was wrong with him?
It was the director himself just watching it.
Oh,
Whoever it was, get into contact with Pan Pizza right now. We need a reunion.
please, I need to find you if you were in, like, I guess the Nalana Theater or AMC Theater in McAllen somewhere. I don't know. Who are you? Why were
While
you
we
like
wonder
that?
Where this man is. We gotta take a break. Take a quick little break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
We're always in our clubhouse getting high. Super fuckers. Everybody wishes we would die. Super fuckers. Here we come like a bomb. Everybody fucking run.
Hey, we're back. Questions. If anybody doesn't got a question, be sure to start out with the word question so it's easier to find. Post them in the YouTube comments of this YouTube video, or just go to our Discord on the Q&A section. And what's our first question?
I think you've actually talked about the show, but Joel Carrart says, question for Pan.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Nightmare Ned? It was a 90s cartoon that aired on the ABC channel, but was canceled due to creative differences.
Oh, I know of it, but I know more that I think there was a game that was made for it that was too scary, or it was just like never released. That's all I know. But now that
This game was too scary.
yeah, Nightmare Ned, the kid looks like C.H. Greenblatt, or at least a C.H. Greenblatt cameo. Could be him. We never know.
It's definitely a kind of design where it's like, is this like when you have a character that's drawn as an adult and you have a flashback to them and it basically looks like the exact same version but as a child.
What the hell? It's like the George Lopez show where George had his like head like slapped on like his adult head on a child's body. Kids, why is this kid
Oh
balding?
wait, no, it looks like the game did release.
What the fuck's that about? You know, you see like Doug or some other characters and he's bald. That's what happened. Why is he like that?
Oh god, I'm looking at this game, which if you're looking on screen right now on the YouTube version,
Yeah.
it's like a weird mishmash of drawn
love
things
it.
and clear CGI things.
I love this aesthetic.
Oh,
It's just,
wow.
damn, that is some good old mixed media. This is like
That is really cool.
it's like 3 art styles in
Oh, I
one.
love the lamp guy.
Apparently, if you, I'm reading an ad, send for a free demo. That's so cool. It's scary.
Huh?
So you like mails? Remember when you had to mail things?
I got a
Wait,
mail.
this is from Disney Interactive.
I remember mail.
Yeah, I got a
Oh
mail.
shit, is it?
I got a mail
Yeah.
shit for a.
I remember
fucking
Disney
demo?
Interactive.
I miss Disney Interactive.
Yeah,
Are they not around
Disney.
anymore?
Remember when Disney existed?
No, they were closed.
They gave up on the dream of gaming. They said, "Hey,
Disney
Disney."
said that they weren't interested in video games anymore.
I don't know what the fuck caused that. But
Man.
like, Disney Infinity, like that was gonna be the best, the never-ending game, Disney Infinity and beyond, and then they just gave up on that.
It was because of a change in the leadership.
yeah.
Eisner.
I think so.
So the name of this person might give it away. The Makuta of Salt.
Uh-huh.
Bionicle. Question for all: do you like Bionicle? If
Hell
so, do you have a favorite
yeah.
set?
Oh man, when I had the growing up, I had the toe of air, the green guy with the axe. I had like this scorpion thing. I think that's what it was, and some car that like I think it was like the disc bot or whatever they were, throw bots. They didn't have a
I
cool
had
name.
brown guy, red guy, and blue girl.
Yeah,
I think that's who I had, and whatever those. And the white cyborg guy.
mm-hmm.
I had him. Did you guys have any Bionicles?
I had some
Bionicle.
McDonald's
Uh,
ones. Played the GBA.
I did not,
game.
but my cousin did.
I remember the GBA game sucking
If I
ass.
did, I don't remember
Because
them.
I'd like dig under the earth and like attack some creature from the bottom, and it never worked. I don't know. That game sucked ass.
I used
Did you
to
also have a PS2 game?
Yeah.
bite my cousin's Bionicles. Like I used to put them in my mouth and chew them.
I don't.
Were they good?
Oh,
They were plasticky. They were as good as you can get with chewing Legos.
So is that like a positive review?
It's a positive review. They don't make those Legos like that anymore.
I don't know.
Unfortunately.
if it's true, but like
You can taste the difference.
supposedly the reason why they don't make Bionicles anymore is they destroyed the plastic molds to make them, which I don't know if that's true.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think we did hear something about that, and it's just like, this isn't even tax write-off. This is destroying evidence that you ever made this thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. Again, I need some evidence on if that really did happen. I'm not sure.
Get rid of the Bionicles. We can't let them know they
But
exist.
I wish I still had the toe of air or one of the Bionicles in the canister, because it's like like Bionicles didn't come in a box; they came in canisters. It was from the future, from Matanui. It was on an island somewhere in the Polynesia,
Mm-hmm.
wherever that is. That's where Matanui is located. It's a giant. Matanui's a giant like face. But they gotta like awaken the face. That's the lore. That's what they gotta do. The face is an island.
But on corrections, someone actually commented this on the community tab,
Huh.
which we do look at those. Tom Groyd, this isn't a question. Just a correction of the flushed away thing. The Wikipedia article on Aardman that brings up the fire specifically states the warehouse was used for storage of past projects, and so did not prevent the production of the current projects at the time.
Could just be the water effects.
Because originally,
Yeah, just the water effects that was the reason why they made flushed away CG.
yeah, because we mentioned the last one, and someone just gave us an info, and it's like, oh, They were wrong.
Yeah, I guess that's what we get for trusting randos on the internet.
Jacob Schittler.
Oh.
Schilter? Jacob Schilter. They have like a picture of Garfield with like big eyes. Question. Pan, when recording lines for the Rapsittie Streets Kid video,
Oh boy.
were you under the weather?
Possibly. I don't know. You know what? I probably was just stuffy nosed because, I think back then I recorded it in my closet and it got dusty real bad in there.
So was it you being sick? Was it the dust? We'll never know.
Dust. Usually the dust, but yeah.
Undecided.
Huh.
I hope they decide on the username soon. Question for all. What graphics tablet do you recommend getting?
I don't.
Huon.
I have an iPad
Huon.
and Procreate. That's what I use.
XP Pen. All the way. I love them. Love them.
Jake, we gotta fight Daft for this now.
We do gotta fight.
I feel like when people ask tech questions like that, I try and say, okay, so this is a future reference. Not on them. If you're asking a tech question, give us like a price range. Because if it's a price range, Huion makes like a cheap $20 tablet I recommend to people. Pretty good.
Yeah, I had that. Now I upgraded to Canvas, 22-inch, I think. Really good too.
That is a good one. My friend has one of them, but I use the XP Pen 22-inch. No, sorry, it's 24-inch 2K resolution. It's beautiful.
Oh, so you got 2 more inches on me, huh? I see how
Apparently
it is.
so. And even got XP from it.
Damn.
Pan, you recommend what?
I just got an iPad and an Apple Pen.
I also got an iPad. I got one for Christmas, but I haven't used it yet. I need to start using Procreate because I'm nervous.
Graphics tablet. I think, not counting an iPad, Pan, what would you recommend? Not counting an iPad.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about tablets. I got sponsored by a tablet once and did a sponsored video on that. I don't know nothing. I just use what's available to me.
Fair enough.
Question for Pan. Cherry cheese dog? Cherry cheese dog.
Right.
Question for Pan. If you could be the artist for a Gorillaz type music project, which musician would you want to work with?
I'm not a music person. I don't know. I gotta look at my video game OSTs.
Damn.
Jake, your turn.
Who I'd want to work with? Oh, shit. There's kind of a lot of people that I'd want to work with. Oh, the ones that are coming up in my head, I'm pretty sure are already technically doing something like that, like the Living Tombstone.
Starteas. What about you?
I don't know. I've never done things like that with musicians before, but I guess if I had to choose, maybe like, for like a basic bitch answer, Owl City. For a non-basic bitch answer, I guess the Living Tombstone too. He makes good music. I love his stuff.
Yeah.
I would say Elton John.
Maybe video game music.
They worked with Elton John.
Wait, Elton
haven't
John
they?
is still alive?
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
And he's making new music.
I swear they
Oh,
already
shit,
worked with Elton
really?
John before, haven't they?
They have. And I remember, what was it? Elton John collab with Lil Nas X. And I was so excited. He went and did the piano.
Oh, nice.
Just
I would do a music video
What
with
else
no
would he
word.
do?
no, Ward's pretty good.
I think I mixed up Elton John with fucking David Bowie because I was like, he was in SpongeBob, wasn't he? And I was like, oh shit, no he wasn't. No he wasn't. That was the wrong musician.
The
I thought he-
Ghost song, I remember sending it to you. I think what the tweet was, I hate this song. Why does anyone like this? And everyone's like,
Oh.
it's good.
Yay.
What do you mean? But Pan,
Yay. What?
so who would you work with? Like what musician?
I
What kind
don't-
of person?
I don't know music.
Eminem?
Ah,
Limpbizkit?
Lil
Gorillaz
Nas?
themselves?
ah.
Well, Lil Nas and Lil Nas X are two different people.
Oh, a singular
Saster?
gorilla?
What?
The monkeys.
A singular gorilla? Like just one?
A singular gorilla, just one.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got some other questions right here. The ska punk. Question for everyone. Are there any game franchises, they said franchise, so I'm just going to use the S at the end, that give y'all existential dread in the sense of how do people like this enough that they can make a whole franchise out of it?
Yeah, okay, I got a
Ew.
couple.
Angry Birds.
Well, oh man.
They just keep making them.
God.
No, let's see. There's this like Dreamcast franchise called Tokyo Extreme Racer, and basically what you do in this game is you race. It's essentially a free roaming game, except by open world. It's really just a highway loop that you can circle in like 10 minutes or whatever. But yeah, like all you gotta do is challenge other racers, and then they made a sequel, and it's literally the exact same game almost, but with some minor tweaks. And they made a whole bunch of sequels to Tokyo Extreme Racer, and they're all practically the same fucking game. Each game has like one racetrack, and that's fucking it. Well, some of them have more, but
damn.
Tokyo Extreme Racer is such a weird game. Yeah, it's just an open world game on a loop.
What about you, Starteas?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I don't play enough video games to really like think of that, but I guess if I had to choose one, maybe Five Nights at Freddy's. I thought the first 2 games were really good, and then like it kind of went downhill from there.
I think to build upon what you and Pan said, when the game's too samey in the sequels, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, I remember specifically, it was like a Naruto fighting game on the GameCube I played.
Yeah.
And the sequel is basically just the first game plus just a bit more.
That's every anime game, yeah.
What about you, Jake?
I'm trying to think, because I mean, like, I can't really think of any franchise that actually franchised that it didn't make sense that it did. I can think of plenty of
No, I think it's like people like this enough that it happens. Like maybe the game mechanics itself. That could be it, I guess.
Well, I'm thinking, like, I can't really think of any that, like, I've played or know about that I'm like, oh yeah, that doesn't really make sense that kept going.
The people who first played Sonic 1 when it came out. There's gonna be a second one?
What the fuck?
What are they doing?
Let's go!
No way, there's 2 of them?
And there's a third? Yeah!
Maybe Xenoblade Chronicles or Fire Emblem, I guess?
Fire Emblem's a good one.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
like,
sure...
I don't know enough about those games besides that they're like anime RPGs, which those could go on forever.
Do you remember how mad people got when Fire Emblem characters just kept getting announced for Smash?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care for... Look, I've been getting to tactic games, so eventually I might play Fire Emblem, and I'll be like, you know what? Fuck yeah, Fire Emblem. Hell yeah. Oh, there's no
Maybe I could
Redemption
the
arc.
weirdest one.
I want Tharja.
The weirdest one I could think of is maybe Mario Rabbids, but I like Mario Rabbids.
Thar she blows.
I haven't played Mario Rabbids, heard very good things about it though.
Pushing for Pan.
Tactics. Yeah.
Nyan Pyre the Cat. Cool name. Since you previously discussed the GBA Astro video game, Astro Boy Omega Blaster, have you heard of Osamu Tezuka's Unico? It's about a little unicorn named Unico, voiced by Barbara Goodson, who ends up getting... Oh, they're not done yet.
Yeah.
They have to read more.
Keep going.
I told them specifically I have to read out the entire thing. Who ends up getting his memories erased after making friends in order to alert the Greek gods, mainly Venus. Have you by chance encountered him in the GBA Astro game? Plus, I'm looking forward to... No, not done yet. Plus, I'm looking forward to the upcoming reimagining manga called Unico Awakening by Samuel Satin and Guru.
I don't know nothing about fucking Unico. I don't remember if I saw him in the Game Boy Advance game, but the GBA game for Astro Boy has a ton of random cameos by other Tetsuya Osama Tetsuka characters. They even have Kimba's dad as a boss. Yeah, Kimba's fucking dad shows up. Kimba the White
Lion. You showed me this
Lion.
picture, and it's like, is this a scrapped film?
Unico.
What is this?
He's a Japanese unicorn that talks to Greek gods or whatever the fuck. Whatever we were just told right now.
He's just a baby.
I dislike animal creatures that have just human face shapes.
That's anime
Fair.
faces, you know.
Fair.
What do you...
Sure, but it's like if you put your hand on the screen and cover up the body, you're like, oh, that's just an alien or something. Nope.
It's an
4 legs.
It's a horse. It's Unico.
I just did that, and I kind of see what you mean.
It's just like,
And now I don't know if I'll sleep tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be thinking about all the time.
Oh man, it reminds me of what was that? Hang on. Yesterday I was watching a video on like this canceled Jim Carrey movie where he was a fish. Hang on.
the fantastic Mr. Limpbizkit.
What?
Okay, the incredible Mr. Limpet. Okay, this was this 60s film that used live action and 2D animation starring Don Knotts. They were gonna remake it in the 90s with Jim Carrey, and there's some CG tests where they basically put a CG version of Jim Carrey's realistic face onto a fish's body, like the game Seaman.
Oh my god.
And they spent nearly 15 years and $10 million trying to make this happen.
No, $100 million.
100 million.
Yeah.
And they switched it to Zach Galifianakis for a bit, and that was a pretty good design. That was cool.
Yeah, it's a fun little cartoonish design, but like,
Oh, those are cute.
yeah, but no, they basically wanted to make. They were doing this in the late '90s with early CG, thinking, yeah, let's put a CG Jim Carrey face on a fish, please.
And this is the first time someone's really done that, and so it looks freaking creepy as hell.
Look, to be fair, if you saw the early development art for what was it, the mask, you probably would have thought this looks terrible. This ain't gonna work. So they probably thought the same. Mr. Limpet.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Somebody stop me.
We got another one here. Question for Pan. Space Girl
Okay.
Station.
Yay.
Is the station for Space Girls.
Yes.
Will we ever do a video on musical cartoons like Class of 3000, Jim the Holograms, and Hazbin Hotel?
Ass of 3000. Maybe. I did that video of top 10 fictional bands like a forever ago. Yeah.
You know what? If you want the full experience, go watch Toonerific Tariq's 44-minute video on the Class
Dang.
3000. It's very good.
Yeah.
Ooh, I haven't watched that yet. I need to.
Yeah, Tyreek.
Hey, Rick, my beloved.
Toonerific Tariq. Put hashtag Toonerific Tariq in the comments if you get this far.
Based.
Terrific Tyreek.
He's very terrific. Question for all. By Pinata Time. Do any of you collect VHS tapes? If so, what are some of the coolest tapes, rare or just ones you like, that you have? Any VHS memories?
God, I wish.
I used to collect
Oh, I
VHS
wish.
tapes, but I was like, I got too much junk. I don't need this crap in my house. Get this trash out of here.
It's I've restated this in a other conversation of the podcast. I have that Cubics advertisement from Burger King.
Yeah.
that thing?
Yeah.
And that Toys R Us Yu-Gi-Oh thing. And somewhere I have the official Power Rangers Christmas special from the 90s.
Epic.
Holy shit.
The Power Rangers don't believe in Jesus. They don't celebrate Christmas. I hate them.
Yeah, what has Jesus done for us lately?
The way they move is very, very, demonic. I don't trust them.
Let's see.
What would their beliefs be, do you think? What would their beliefs be?
They pray to Mecca,
Buddhist.
their own Mecca.
Question by Benny Dude. What's the difference between cartoon hiatus and Ren Stimpy missed deadlines? John K gets punished when other shows, but when other shows do it, nobody gets punished. John's still terrible.
We don't know if anyone behind the scenes did get punished or not. I don't know. We gotta ask someone who's like an expert in the industry. I don't know. I don't do that.
So deadlines, I think that might be a misnomer, because maybe for something like Rick and Morty, they were guaranteed 70 episodes, but there wasn't like a time frame for them to release them. Is that what they mean?
Well, some
I
shows
don't
get
know.
delayed, but why they got delayed could be a lot of factors. I don't know. Studios sometimes just sit on
Well,
stuff.
Jake, remember Steven Universe and the Steven
Oh,
Bombs?
yeah.
They would advertise it.
And the first season of Amphibia.
You gotta talk to someone. That's a question you gotta DM someone like, hey, what's up with this?
Because I know, I can't remember which person I spoke with who worked on industry stuff, and they're like asking, do we have deadlines? And they said, oh, it's not really, don't worry about it. I'm like, huh?
I mean,
what
they
do you
usually
mean?
complete stuff like a year to months before they're ever slated to release. And sometimes they're completing it right up until it's about to release.
Oh yeah, like whenever you see tweets from the Simpsons music composers, they're like, we just finished doing the music for the Simpsons. It's like, isn't this supposed to come out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, a bit, cutting it a bit close, guys.
You know how they are. Those industry people. Sometimes they just are working. What can you do? They want it to sound good.
Pan,
Huh.
this is the last question.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask to everyone. I don't know why I specified you. Winwell Studios, longtime questioner, hello. Did you hear about Toonami's controversy? Instantly killing their fan art segments in 2 months.
Let me explain what happened.
What?
So, basically, Toonami recently started showing off fan art yet again. Like, they haven't done this since the 90s or so. But yeah, they showed fan art and has a link to submit it. But as a joke, they've been putting, like, on occasional fetish art. And this time they put, like, inflation art of Nami from One Piece. And
Oh my god.
it was just like, what the fuck? But as it turned out, that whoever submitted that art and got credit for it, they didn't create that art. They stole that from someone's Patreon. Like, it was behind a paywall. And
Oh no.
yeah, they sent it online, and I guess Toonami's not going to do that segment anymore, or if they do, they'll be super. They'll check super hard to see no one stole anything. Don't know.
And the person who posted it, sent it to them, apologized.
Sorry.
Today,
Yeah.
they said an apology letter by Paul Mantell. Dear friends and users DA, I'm sorry for posting the fat Nami pic of Nitsuki for the Toonami fan art showcase. What a sentence to start with. A lot of you guys have been mad at me recently because of the whole controversy that's been trending on Twitter lately. It was really a huge mistake. On behalf of this account, I have to get apologetic for the mistakes I did recently and in the past. Please forgive me and provide another chance. What I'm saying is, I apologize for the wrong things I did for you fellow users of the site. From now on, I'll be grateful to you and your kindness and consideration for my gratitude and won't happen ever again in the future. They didn't say what they did. They just didn't say what they did.
What?
Oh my god.
Said, sorry guys. It's like, what is
Oopsie.
What are they sorry for?
Whoopsie poopsie.
Sorry, festies.
Sorry, besties.
And then oh gosh. Oh. Someone replied under them with a picture of Paul Mantell, the person apologizing, saying Hitler salute.
What? What?
What?
Huh?
Right.
Wait, Hitler salute what?
Yeah, they just typed Hitler salute, and someone said, just when I thought you couldn't be any more loathsome, shut up. And Paul Mantell said, hey, I just want to apologize for pulling a nasty joke reference under your picture lately. I'm sorry for this monstrosity. It'll never happen again. So
Oh my god.
they just, it's like hitting someone and going, oopsie poopsie, sorry about that, dude. And then you hit them again.
Sorry, did the Hitler salute.
Oh man, I'm so fucking sorry. Oh.
They just
I'm
keep
so
hitting the
fucking
gritty.
sorry. It'll never happen again. I'm so fucking sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna make this really tasteless joke. I'm so fucking sorry. It will never happen again.
It just keeps happening.
So,
But
Too close to the sun.
you know what's just about to happen?
What?
The end of the
Death
podcast
Day?
episode.
oh yeah.
Oh, shit.
So Death Day.
Death Day?
Death Day?
Death Day.
What are you referring
Oh
to?
fuck.
I said it. Death Day.
Confusing. Oh,
Are you
something.
are you
just happened.
predicting it? Oh shit, what happened?
So the Euphoric brothers made a game called Garten of BanBan. They made an announcement January 6th. Very fun stuff. And I ratioed them.
What
Hey,
the hell's Garten of
yo.
BanBan? What the fuck did you just say to me? The fuck is this?
So Garten of BanBan is essentially a Poppy's Playtime clone. It is a episodic horror game based on like a fictional children's entertainment thing, and you kind of walk around an area and get some clues about what happened.
Isn't it like a kindergarten that was abandoned or something?
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that.
It's real original, guys. It's a
But I
kid
mean,
thing,
like-
but scary.
It's hard to know if this is serious. There's a lot of mixed messages as read by people who played through the full 30-minute game.
I mean, I've watched gameplay of the game, and it's it doesn't look fun because one of the main mechanics is that you have this like drone that you have to direct to hit buttons, but you have to activate the buttons first. And like, I'm just watching the person play, and I was like, this looks like a headache. This thing doesn't react to you immediately. It takes like 3 whole seconds for it to register that you even pressed that you told it to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when it hits the button, it doesn't like, there's no game feel to it. It's like this really gross like ding sound, and then something happens. It's not great. The graphics aren't great either, but I mean, like, that could be whatever. I think the only saving grace the game has is that one scene where like you're about to finish a puzzle and then you realize that like the bird statue that has been there most of the game has gotten onto some elevator conveyor thing and is looking directly at you and not losing eye contact, and you realize, oh, it's alive. Oh, Jesus, fuck!
Oh,
Oh, this
no.
bird is fucked up, bro.
I think if we wanted to make a contemporary game, maybe something along the lines of Doki Doki Literature Club, I think you can make a satire of this game genre that can be fun, right? Like in the trailer that they have for this game, there's like the bird chasing and everything.
Look at that thing.
Like if you had one of the segments in the satire game, and like if you stop, the monster just stops and is like, "Hey, why are you stopping? I'm chasing you."
Well, it
You
kind
wanna
of
die?
does do that. Like, when you're on that platform and it like starts coming towards you, there's like this small game of chicken where like it will like start walking towards you, then stop,
Mm-hmm.
and like you can get pretty close to it before it actually like jump scares you. It's kind of funny because like, the first one I was watching, like they're like, is it actually like mean or anything? And it took them a while before it finally jump scared them. Jump scare is impressive. It.
You want to take a read of this, Pan?
Describing it would do it justice.
All right, let me read this.
This is a very specific Tumblr thing.
It's a Tumblr post that says the fact that hyper marketable indie horror game aimed at children and YouTubers who make videos for children is like a whole genre now. It's kind of fucked, right? Like, what's up with that? Every few months, someone makes a game called Scrimbly Bimbly's Wacky Silly Funhouse, where you just kind of walk around a dark room for a bit, and there's these vague, spooky writings on the wall, like "Don't believe his lies," and then the main monster of the game looks like this, Scrimbly. It's like I don't know. And then
teddy bear thing.
Yeah, and then within like a week, my niece is playing Roblox clones of it on her iPad, and there's plushies of Scrimbly on her. And every GameStop and the devs on Twitter are like, "We're making Scrimbly a TV show," and the only person over the age of 7 who has ever thought about their game is a game theory guy, because he needs to make a video about how Scrimbly connects to the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. And there's like 80 Scrimbly spin-offs and aren't even pretending to be horror games anymore. So they're just sort of normal kids games with a slightly fucked up looking animal. Like the concept of ironic childish imagery in horror game matured into, actually, this is just literally for children, and we're trying to get as much money out of those children as possible.
Okay, but Scrimbly does kind of look very scary, though. I would shit my pants if I saw him in real life.
Scrimbly.
The concept itself is a very nice game dev test. You know, like, this is my first game, you know, because you got to make some rooms, you got to play around with some cool lighting, puzzles maybe. But the genre needs to evolve just a tad bit more.
Yeah.
Bro, you got a merch store. You got a merch store on your game.
I desperately need it. I desperately need someone to, like, knock it out of the park, because I know there's aspects to it where it could be mutated and evolved to be, like, they're the same thematic genre, but they could be like the way they execute it could be so different, and there's so many different executions that haven't been done that these aren't doing. The BanBan game definitely isn't doing it. I don't know anything about the Roblox one that I saw. That one was like a while back, but I think that one was literally a shitpost. Poppy's Playtime is probably the only one that I've seen take that specific genre and do something pretty cool and different with it. And that, even though that one's considered like a bendy and FNAF clone, it really does kind of carve its own way out, while the other ones that I've seen haven't done that
And we
yet.
still have yet. Did episode 3 of Poppy's Playtime release yet?
No.
Did that come out?
No, not yet, I don't think.
Something about a gas mask.
I don't know. I do.
What's the reverse of this? What's the reverse of these horror games based around children's things? Like, we need like adult things that are themed around.
Yeah, but like
wacky kids stuff.
themed around adult things.
We need like adult.
Well, we do. It's called High on Life.
We need like kids, grown adults getting drunk off like orange juice and apple juice. I think that's the best way to go about this.
Here's what you do. You make a game about somebody going to do their taxes, but they don't know math.
Aww.
Oh shit. That's just me. That's my life story.
Felt that. I don't know how you make adult life scary, because it's already kind of fucking scary.
It's less scary and more of a, I have many things to do, and I'm very tired.
Yeah.
Here's a horror game. You have to go to the bank
Oh, it's hard.
on a Monday, and it's
Right.
10 in the morning,
No.
and there's traffic.
No.
Is Garfield there?
Is what there?
Oh, yeah, there's a Garfield horror fan game.
Oh no, someone need a spiritual sequel to Desert Bus, where you're stuck in traffic driving from Las Vegas to Los Angeles.
Oh
You're
my
stuck in
god.
traffic the whole time.
Never be free.
I'm not going to Los Angeles again ever. Fuck that place. It's too many people.
You move 1 inch every single hour.
I'm never losing an angel again.
Just like real life.
This is balls. Balls 3D.
Balls to the
We're just gonna end
walls.
it on Pan St. Balls 3D.
All right.
Balls 3D.
Goodbye, everyone. I'm
Bye
out.
bye.
Everybody.
So long. Balls 3D.
We're owl exterminators.
Oh? I can be your Denzel from Training Day.
And she needs to know she can trust you. Smoke this PCP.
What?
Man the fuck up and finish that shit. I know you like to get wet, dawg.
Reagan, help! Tell this thing I never saw Training Day. I turned it off when I realized it wasn't an exercise video.
Sorry, these things are so literal sometimes.